Hey guys, it's Fhallon and welcome back to my channel. So today I wanted to do a back to school themed video that kind of talks about a few tips or hacks depending on, how you want to look at it for back to school. So originally, I was planning to do this as more of like your first year to college type of thing. So I want to tell you guys, if you're going into college or if you're already in college and you just want some tips. But these can also go for like high school as well. Like you don't have to be a college student or going into college for these tricks, tips, and hacks to like be beneficial for you. Tip number 1 is to ask questions. I know a lot of people don't really like talking in class. I was one of those people. I really didn't like to talk in class. If I didn't have to, then I wasn't going to. But sometimes there are classes that are a little bit more difficult than others, and it's really, really beneficial for you to ask questions. And 2, especially in college, if you talk to your professors more, generally they tend to see you in a better light. They might, help you out in the future if you need that help. And they just see you as more interactive, more willing to, go above and beyond to do well in your classes. Tip number 2 would be I'm looking down at this notebook, sorry, but to be mindful of your time. Do not procrastinate. That is one of my really, one of my worst things was procrastinating, but I promise you, if you do not procrastinate, you get better grades. Like, if you know you have a project coming up soon, and I know people will say this a million times, like, don't procrastinate, don't procrastinate. Don't procrastinate. You get things done, and you get them done well, so it helps you out all around, just full circle. Tip number 3 would be to kind of like engage on campus. Same thing in high school, like join clubs, maybe do sports, whatever you want. Just do something, because I kind of sort of join things, but not really. And if I could go back to college, then I might try to join like a club or something. I did join a sorority, and I did that, but I didn't really do anything else. Like, besides the sorority, I just went to class and then went about my business. Joining clubs helps you like making friends, you meet new people, I just think it's better. You just enjoy things. You'll just enjoy things. It will improve your overall experience in college or high school or whatever. In high school I did great with like clubs and stuff, but college, not so much. Tip number 4, I would say, would be to research your professors if you can. I know of Rate My Professor, and there might be other sites as well where you can go on and type in the professor's name, and there'll be kind of like a profile about them, so you can kind of get a sense of like, would you and that professor mesh well together? Because I had a couple of professors that if I would have done that, I could have avoided like stuff. Sometimes their teaching styles just don't work for you, or maybe they don't really have the personality that you want to deal with on a weekly basis. So it's just better to, if you can, get a sense of a person before you have to like engage with them and ask them for help and things. Then I recommend using Rate My Professor. I did use it before and it was like a really big help, but I didn't use it consistently for whatever reason. So try it out, see if you like it. Tip number 5 would be, do not take a self-paced class if you are like me and you procrastinate, okay? And I'm gonna tell you why. They give you so much, freedom to do your own assignments. You are your teacher, and that's really bad for someone who doesn't they don't stay on top of things very well. I mean, if you're great at that kind of thing, then you can zoom through the class, no problem. But if you're not, then don't do that to yourself. Tip number 6 would be, if you can, kind of start working on your career. And I know that sounds a little bit like, well, dang, I just started college, or, I haven't even gotten there yet. But I think if you can, you should kind of, once you figure out your major, and you get a good sense of like what you want to do with yourself, start looking into internships, or kind of like something where you can maybe shadow someone. Start building your resume while you're in college, so that by the time you get out of college, you have something already formed together. You don't have to go looking and struggling. I just think you can start in college, and I think a lot of people don't realize that. They think like, oh, I gotta get a degree, then I'll get a job, and then I can start building my my resume and making it look really nice. But you can start before. Alright, tip number 7. This one is really important because I feel like when you're in college, you have so much freedom and you feel like, oh, I'm finally an adult, I'm finally able to kind of like just be myself, do my own thing. And you kind of don't, this is not high school, and it's one of the things that's different from high school and below, is that you don't have someone who's constantly like forcing your grades down your throat. Like they're like, here's your interim report, here's your report card. You have to make an effort to know what your grade is in the class. Do not wait for the professor to hand you something with your grades on it, because chances are that's not going to happen. And then the last tip I have would be to make your schedule early. If you stay on top of things, you make your own schedule, you get the good classes, you get the good times. Usually you just get like decent stuff if you do it early, like the earlier the better. That's all I have to say about tips and hacks for back to school. If you did like this video, be sure to give me a thumbs up, and also subscribe if you want to see more content from me. I hope you enjoyed, and I will talk to you guys next time. Bye!